Congratulations on joining the Randstad team. We chose you to be part of our team because we believe you reflect the high standards our clients expect of Randstad talent. We are glad you joined us, and we want you to know that Randstad is committed to your success and your safety. Your safety and well-being is important to us. We don't ever want you to do something that you think is unsafe or attempt to perform a job that is different than the assignment your Randstad agent described to you. Your Randstad agent is always willing to hear your safety concerns. We are relying on you to take responsibility for your own safety, which includes asking questions about your work and being sure you understand the safety procedures you should follow. The information presented in your safety orientation is vital to ensure your employment, your safety, and the safety of your coworkers. Let's start by reviewing a few basic safety rules. The possession, use, or being under the influence of drugs or alcohol at work is prohibited. If you are taking prescription medications that have warnings on the package about driving or operating machinery, you must report this to your Randstad supervisor before beginning work. Report to work adequately rested and appropriately dressed for your work assignment. When you are given an assignment, we will describe your duties. Never attempt to use a tool, machine, chemical, or procedure that you have not been trained for and authorized to use. Each worksite will have safety rules specific to that site, so you should pay close attention to the job instructions and safety rules for the new assignment. Report any unsafe condition or unsafe actions of your coworkers to your on-the-job supervisor and to Randstad immediately. Horseplay, unauthorized activities, practical jokes, and athletic events during working hours are not permitted. Do not take chances or shortcuts that could result in injury to you or your coworkers. If you are uncomfortable with or don't understand any part of your job, talk with your on-the-job supervisor before attempting the task. Because an emergency can occur at any time with little or no warning, it is important for you to be prepared upon arrival at your new worksite. Many clients will include emergency preparedness information in their welcome and orientation for you. But if not, you should ask your supervisor about emergency procedures for your workplace. Typically, these can include 1. Evacuation emergencies, such as fires and chemical releases. You need to know where the main exit is, as well as secondary exits, in case the main exit cannot be used. If the facility is large, you should be shown the exit route you should use from the facility, and evacuation maps should be posted. Take a close look at these maps. They can save your life. Once you have evacuated the building, there will be a gathering point to check in with a supervisor or other designated person, so everyone can be accounted for. It is extremely important that you know where to report once you have exited the building, so emergency personnel do not endanger themselves and spend time looking for you inside the building. Never leave the job site before checking in, so everyone knows you are safe and accounted for. 2. Sheltering emergencies, such as tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, windstorms, and similar occurrences. You should know where the designated area of shelter is located in your work facility. It may be a basement or an interior room. There may also be alternate locations that can be used if the primary shelter area is unavailable. You should know where these are located and how to get to them in an emergency. 3. Emergency shutdowns. In some cases, emergency shutdown procedures are different from normal shutdowns. Some machines and processes need to be shut down in a certain way to remain safe and avoid loss of data. Ask your supervisor if any emergency shutdown procedures will apply to any part of your job assignment. If so, you should be trained on exactly what to do. 4. Emergency notification and alarms. You will need to know how your facility will alert you if an emergency occurs. Some facilities have loud horns or buzzers that are used for fire and other emergencies. Some facilities will have a public address system to announce an emergency situation by loudspeaker. Some small facilities will simply announce emergencies by direct notification from your supervisor. Combinations of all of these may be used for different types of emergencies in the same facility. Your supervisor should tell you what the different types of emergency notification alerts are and what to expect. Your Randstad agent will do everything possible to make sure you get specific orientation and training at the client worksite so you can safely perform your job. If you do not understand something or feel it is unsafe, this is the best time to ask questions. Your job supervisor would much rather answer a question, demonstrate a procedure, or repeat instructions than see you get hurt on the job. Body mechanics is a term used to describe how our bodies are used for such tasks as lifting, pushing, pulling, reaching, and other work. Our goal is to always use good body mechanics in all of our work. Using good body mechanics will reduce fatigue. Lifting is an important part of body mechanics. The first rule of safe lifting is, don't lift if you don't have to. If you do have to lift, use these common guidelines. Think about the lift you will have to make. Plan to make a safe lift, whether it is one single lift or the first of many you will make during your work shift. Test the load before you lift. You should know the approximate weight of anything you attempt to lift. Remember that for manual, unassisted lifting, Randstad has a 50-pound maximum limit for all talent. If the load is too awkward or heavy, get help. Make sure that the path and the area where you will place the load is clear and free of slip, trip, and fall hazards. Apply good body mechanics by grasping the load firmly and planting your feet as closely to the load as possible. Lift gradually using your legs, never with jerky or sudden movement. Keep your back in a natural, comfortable position. Never twist at the waist while lifting or carrying a load. Reverse these procedures to set the load down. A healthy back can take a lot of punishment, but even fit bodybuilders can experience a lift injury if they don't follow these simple practices. Take the time to think about your back and lift safely each and every time you lift. Slips and falls are unpleasant experiences. Avoid them by taking care on stairs. If a handrail is provided, use it. Don't attempt to carry loads that block your line of sight or create a sense of unbalance. Ergonomics is the study of how people interact with the work environment. Every individual and working situation is different, and not every factor in the workplace can be changed. But with planning and innovation, almost every working environment can be made efficient and comfortable. Good posture is essential for your comfort and well-being, especially when sitting several hours a day. To prevent neck and back strain, keep your spine and head upright and sit well back into the chair. Placing your feet on a footrest helps take the strain off your legs and back. Correct hand and wrist placement are important. Shoulder muscles can become tense when arms and hands are held too high. Adjust your chair so arms can rest comfortably at your side with your upper arm and forearm at about a right angle. Wrists should be in line with the forearm. Avoid working with wrists bent at extreme angles. Focusing at close range for long periods of time can sometimes cause blurred vision or eye fatigue. If you are working on a computer, keep the monitor screen at least 18 to 22 inches from your eyes. It is a good idea to take eye breaks every now and then. Periodically, changing your focus to more distant objects is another way to give your eye muscles a chance to relax. Adjust your screen to avoid glare from other light sources. If you experience a problem with your office equipment, talk with your Randstad agent about it so that the problem can be investigated and perhaps eliminated. We don't normally think of an office environment having chemical hazards. However, there may be chemicals in your assignment area that require specific precautions for use, handling, or storage. Copy machine toner, laser printer chemicals, equipment lubricants, sprays, or cleaning materials may contain materials that may be hazardous to your health if used improperly. If you are not sure about a chemical, ask your supervisor for assistance. Any hazardous chemical information will be given at your specific job site. We recognize that it is not a perfect world and that everything will not always be perfect in your workplace. But we do want to emphasize that Randstad not only wants you to be safe, but to feel safe in your workplace. You may, at times, see things that do not seem safe or that make you uncomfortable. Usually, the best way to handle these situations is to discuss it with your site supervisor. It may very well be that despite everyone's best efforts, something went unnoticed until you brought it up, and by reporting the condition or practice, you help to improve safety for the client. If the client has a written or more formal system for reporting safety hazards, you can take advantage of this system also. Our client companies are conscientious businesses that share Randstad's commitment to provide a safe workplace for our talent. Your Randstad agent can help make sure your safety concerns receive prompt and appropriate attention. So always be sure to include us in discussing any safety concerns you refer to the client. We genuinely want to help and promise that you will not be subjected to any punishment for good faith reporting of a safety concern. If you are injured on the job, we will make sure you receive medical treatment and all other benefits provided under the workers' compensation laws. In the interest of fair play, however, we will use our extensive experience in investigating and fighting fraudulent workers' compensation claims to the fullest extent permitted by law, using all available resources. Randstad wants to be sure you receive care quickly if you are injured at work. If you have an on-the-job injury, notify your client supervisor and your Randstad agent immediately. Do not delay reporting for any reason. If you cannot locate your supervisor or your agent, you may report your injury to any client supervisor or to any Randstad agent. If you are injured after hours, you may leave a message at Randstad and your call will be returned. You will need to provide all details of your injury to your Randstad agent, who will complete an accident injury report. Your claim will be handled by Randstad's claims administrator. Please cooperate with Randstad in the investigation of your injury. This will help Randstad and our client ensure that similar injuries do not occur in the future. Your agent will provide you with the information you need to obtain medical care. It is your responsibility to keep all appointments as scheduled. You must contact your agent after every appointment and provide work status information. Randstad requires a post-accident drug screen following all injuries. Failure to submit to this screen will result in your termination from Randstad. While you're recovering, we don't want you to miss any time or paychecks, so Randstad may offer modified duty when recommended by your authorized treating physician. It is your responsibility to accept this offer. You must comply with all Randstad policies while on modified duty. Once you are released to full duty, you must call in available for assignment. Randstad values all of our talent. We want you to have a productive and safe experience on your assignment. Your success and safety are important to us. If you have any questions about anything covered in this presentation, please ask your Randstad representative. And once again, welcome to Randstad.